Hi, I'm Bill Ritchie, and we're in the Mini Art Gallery in Seattle, and I'm going to demonstrate the testing of this Frigate Halfwood Press. This is number 3 of the new Frigate line, and in the demonstration I'll be printing a copper plate that I made for another exhibition. It worked just fine on this press. This press is going to Virginia, and the owner ordered a walnut box to go with it.
Earlier I made a little video of what I put in the box, the felt blankets, the little box that has the press ghost in it, a little book inside that explains the press ghost and how to start it up, and a USB cable that you can use to connect the flash drive to your computer, laptop, or whatever accepts a USB connector. Allen wrenches for tightening any Allen screws that might come loose, which is unlikely. My user's manual also contains some postcards, my business card, any kind of memorabilia that I might have around at the time. And I packed the box. That's what's in the box.
First thing I need to do is to get my ink ready. A little earlier I started mixing the ink. I'll finish that job right now. And be sure that your ink is mixed up very well. I did put a drop or two of plate oil in it. Makes the ink a little easier to wipe when I do these demonstrations, so it goes pretty quickly. This is the copper plate. This plate is 16 gauge copper, heavier than the 22 gauge that I use for the smaller presses. Apply some of the ink. Be careful not to scratch the plate with this steel spatula, ink knife. And I'm going to spread it around with a rubber bladed squeegee. This plate has a design that runs right off the edge, so I want to be sure to run the ink right off the edge. It's supposed to look like a postage stamp, so those little edge designs are like perforations. I made this print last November of 2012 for an exhibition at the Frye Museum here in Seattle, and the print I'm making today is actually just a detail because that print had more on it and it was larger, but this print will fit nicely through the Frigate press, which has a 7.5 inch wide bed. Now traditionally I use a tarlatan to start the wiping. I'll start with a very dirty tarlatan just because I want to even out the layer of ink. There are a lot of ways to print intaglio plates, and this is just one of them. Many times I don't even use tarlatan, I just go right to the paper white, like this. Clean the edges a little bit. And maybe a little hand wipe. The hand wipe is the best way to get the most contrast, bright, contrasty print. This is not so much a printmaking demonstration as it is a test of the press that I'm sending out this week. Now, the next thing is to prepare the press. That's a matter of adjusting the pressure, which I always adjust with 2 hands. The technique I use is, I'm off the blankets now. These are the blankets. There are 3. The roller blanket, the forming blanket, and the sizing catcher. There are 3 that come with the frigate press and the larger galleon and mariner presses. The smaller press, the pram, only requires 2 blankets. Adjusting the pressure, you start with the roller pretty high up. The roller sides are synchronized, so when it's not putting on any pressure, you can adjust it with 1 hand. So when the roller is raised up enough, then you can push the blankets or the felt blankets underneath the roller, and then you can tighten it down again. That's with a clockwise motion. It's a little bit by guess and experience, but I do have roller rulers on the side that I can use to judge how much pressure there is. And I've already used this press size and this style a couple times, so I know that it's about right just by feel. But we'll really know when we've actually pulled the proof. Earlier, I prepared some paper by soaking it in water, and after I soaked it in water for about an hour, this paper is Arch's cover. Then I blotted it dry, and then I also prepared 3 pieces of newsprint. And then I put the whole package into a damp book, plastic bag, and put it under a weight. So now I get my paper out of the damp book and put down a piece of the newsprint, which is damp because it was staying with the other paper in the damp book. Then the plate goes on the paper, the newsprint paper, and this is a technique to keep the plate from skidding and sliding in case the pressure is not quite right or the bevel is too sharp, or any number of reasons. But having that piece of newsprint there will prevent the plate from skidding. This is Arch's cover, white. So now we'll take our first trial proof. Now, for the sake of the video, I'll just turn the press around. But before I pull the proof, give me a little more room here. Before I pull the proof, I'll have to write on the moment number. Moment number marks the exact time that the print was pulled. It's a little bit like the old-fashioned edition numbers. So the moment number is 13, that's being the year, the month, which is April, so it's 4, and the day is the 16th, and the time is 4:54, which is the same as 1654 using the 24-hour clock. That's what we do with moment numbers. And there's a trial proof, a test proof, I guess I could call it. And what I'll do is I'll put this in a little frame and include it with the press when I ship it to Virginia. And there'll be a little gift for the owner. You can learn more about this print by going on the web to the website that you can see on the bottom of your screen. Now there's another feature that I can point out here on the Halfwood presses. Again, I'll have to turn the press around to show you. And that is the press ghost. The press ghost is a flash memory drive built into the hood. And the press comes with a cable, a USB cable, so that you can connect it to a computer, a desktop computer or a laptop, whatever you have that will accept a USB cable connector. And that will give you more information about the press, about other people who have the presses, websites, books I've written, other links to other websites, whatever I choose to put in this 10 gigabyte flash drive. Well, that completes the test of the Frigate number 3. I'm Bill Ritchie, and I thank you for watching.